Normally when I do one of these videos, I would always bring up things from his podcast due to the fact that he could say some really stupid things that could turn into gold dust or just incredible salt. But the problem with this though is that the podcast that he did, it wasn't really that interesting. I mean, the only thing that I could say that was of quote-unquote any interest was him lashing out at rich white people for ruining gamer culture when he seems to realize that people like Darkside Phil seem to ruin the whole thing about the gamer culture. Henceforth, why there's some game difficulty changes, why there's more and more easy modes out there, and that people are afraid to challenge themselves over and over and over. But I'm just going to keep that as it was, and I'll just go on to the main event. That main event being Street Fighter Salt, cause hoo boy, there's plenty today.
I'm blocking high. It showed me in a high standing move.
No, it didn't show you blocking high because you're not waggling the stick to block.
What the fuck? Smash jab. What the fuck, dude?
You missed it and you completely whiffed the anti-air because he was a little close to the right. I mean, come on. You claim that you know Blanca, but yet you forget about the whiffing.
My anti-air, he floats over it. It's so stupid.
What? I'm going back to that. Let's go back to that anti-air, shall we? No. So, right there, confirmed that he didn't float over it. You missed. Like I said, get good.
Stupid.
He always thinks that anytime an attack of his misses, oh, it sucks. They just suck. It's stupid.
Dude, my moves aren't coming out. Come on.
They're coming out, Phil. They're just not input correctly, or you're timing it way off.
Look at this nonsense. My moves don't come out. I get the wrong move. Why would I do fucking point blank standing roundhouse?
You know right there that he's making up constant excuses, but then again, that's like a common thing that Phil does. Constantly making up excuses, and he's stumbling up of what move was supposed to come out. So right there, he was trying to make up an excuse, but then he went back to the excuse he was trying to make.
Crouching roundhouse is stupid. No, I didn't fucking do that.
Yes, you did, Phil. Yeah, notice how he just had to lean closer into the mic, and then he started doing the snore.
Fucking bullshit. Fuck.
God damn.
Fucking bullshit.
Like, let's go back. Let's hear that.
Fucking bullshit.
He just can't try to skip ahead to the next rematch. Like, what the fuck, Phil? Like, you could tell he's incredibly salty. Like, more saltier than before.
Fucking bullshit. Give me my fucking moves now.
Come on, hurry up. I want to get my ass kicked again.
Of course.
Well, yeah, Phil, you forget what Drive Impact does. You know, not retaining that information that you've quote-unquote learned.
Oh, drop my combo.
What combo? All we heard was, that was it. Oh, that was such a hard match. Ugh.
What the fuck, man? Oh my god. What the fuck? No! He's committed to a hit string. Are you shitting me? He was committed to a hit string and he still got the fucking cancel Drive Impact.
And it's clear as day that this Ryu is knowing what they're doing. They're skilling it right. They're putting in the inputs correctly. You are not. And you're going to make up excuses to why this player sucks.
That's insane.
Well, then again, what isn't insane to you, Phil?
All because it's a guessing game in the corner.
No, Phil. He put you into the corner and he kept wailing at you. You dropped your guard, got more hits on you. It's not a guess. But then again, if we're going to go by that logic, every time you play Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2, it's always a guess. Are you going to play against people that's skill-based matchmaking, or are you just going to play a regular match? Then again, Phil loves to say that everything's a guess or a gamble, but yet loves taking them every single time he gets on stream. Yeah, get up. Get your ass kicked again.
I did low light kick. His standing medium punch, just throwing it out there, beats low light kick.
Well, there you go, Phil. You're trying to learn how to punch is properly thrown, but still not looking too good, because that would break your arm. But no, Phil. You didn't even make any inputs for that at all.
It's bullshit. That's what I mean. This is nonsense. Was that anything skillful? Well, he knows mid-range dash cancels over and over and over, and it's just a pattern. He's not actually timing it. He's not actually trying to hit me with it. He's just guessing.
So essentially what you're doing every single time you play a certain character, learning a certain pattern over and over and over, not even timing anything, and you're going by a guess. So everything you're just doing, you're projecting onto your opponent, which is, so good, so salty.
I'm going to do dash cancel overhead. Oh, look, it hit. 60% combo. I'm going to do dash cancel, medium, medium, light, light, medium, medium, blah, 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 blah. There's nothing to it.
Well, then again, Phil, he did outplay you. Compliment the player.
You know what I mean? Like me, I'm trying to actually like mix up. I'm trying to get an opportunity for an opening for a combo. He just gets to throw out mid-range safe shit.
Phil, they're not doing exactly what you're saying that they're doing. They're actually being skillful with it. Sure, they got you in a hit string, but they still whooped your ass. They knew what they were doing. They didn't throw out any quote-unquote Hail Marys that you love to say so much. They actually knew an opening, read the frames, and got you. With Ryu, he's a balanced character. Every character in Street Fighter revolves around Ryu. They want to either make a character more flowy or more of a powerhouse. So if anything for Street Fighter, Ryu is the best balanced character.
These archetypes of these mid-range characters with crazy dash cancels all play the same. He plays the same as Ken, plays the same as Juri, plays the same as Jamie, plays the same as fucking Chun-Li, plays the same as Cammy. They all play the same.
Did you not hear what I just said, Phil? Every single character in Street Fighter, the ones that you mentioned, the Ken, the Jamies, the Chun-Lis, the Juris, the Cammys, they all spun around Ryu. Why do you think Ryu is considered to be the most balanced out of the characters?
They're all the same character. It's stupid bullshit.
It's not stupid bullshit, Phil. That's how they programmed them.
I hate this gameplay.
Do you hate the gameplay or do you hate this game? Because for someone that claims to be a Street Fighter fan, you surely are showing strong signs of hatred towards this game. I mean, you did the same thing in Street Fighter V, but some of the complaints were somewhat justifiable.
Because it's not fun to play against someone who all they do is safe mid-range shit, and you have to guess if they're going to hit high or low or throw.
So you hate playing against competent players that are skillful. You just want to play stupid players. Good to know.
It's just rock, paper, scissors rather than actual, oh, I timed something. I intended something to hit because I saw something that might work or have an open.
Really? You think that this is a Rochambeau? You know, rock, paper, scissors? If you want that, go play Injustice. It had that.
And it's just, it's again, you're rewarding people who learned a pattern. He didn't learn how to play the game, he learns a pattern, and he just executes that pattern over and over.
Phil, that is exactly what you do every single time you try to learn a new character or character you've already played. Look at Blanca, look at Marisa. You've done the same thing, spamming a certain move that you can exploit to try to win. You're using scrub tactics while your opponent is using skillful gameplay.
But then when I'm countered, like I'm juggling him, right? I'm doing things. That's intelligence. Actually fucking doing stuff in reaction to what he's doing is intelligent.
Phil, what they're doing is also intelligent. They're being skillful with it. Whenever you get a win, it's mostly luck-based. Every single time you go up against a competent player, you have to go by the graces of luck in order to win. Every single time. Even though you have no idea what you're doing. But when you go up against people that don't know what they're doing, it's immediately scrub tactics because they don't know what to do with it. Unless you get one of those players that tricks you into thinking that they're not good, and they just completely demolish you. Like that Cammy that you fought yesterday.
What he's doing is zero intelligence. Zero. And that really was frustrating me about the game. This neutral game where there's 6 or 7 characters who all play exactly the same and have the advantage, and everyone else just has to deal with it. So the game becomes a different game when those 7 characters attack me from mid-range.
Phil, just get to the gameplay already. We get it. You don't like Ryu, even though you claim to like Ryu.
They all have dash cancel. Infinite, insane dash cancel potential. It's broken shit. And then the worst part about it is when you try to counter it, oh, now they'll just mash drive impact instead. And then it beats you.
Phil, the reason why drive impact is a thing is because they wanted people to play more aggressively, not defensively. That's why Street Fighter 6 is actually really good. They want their players to play aggressively, but also have more of a defensive side with the counters with the drive impact. You know, when they're about to like throw it and then they throw it right back, countering it. That's what they want. They want aggression with this game. It's just like you complaining about it in the beta that they constantly spammed it, even though you did the same fucking thing.
Yeah, this is nonsense. Is it? It really is.
He had to look at his chat for confirmation and validation to what his points were making were quote-unquote correct, and he's like, yeah, you're right.
So I dash cancel, and it's rock, paper, scissors. Will it be a low attack? Will it be an overhead? Or will it be a throw? Well, I don't know. And
Could it also be a punish counter? Could it also be a mix-up? Could it be a counter hit? You never fucking know, Phil, because it's a quote-unquote gamble.
I don't know the game well enough to know every animation to block on reaction. Half the time, I'm trying to block on reaction. Like, in the first game, he dash cancel overheaded, and I just blocked high and hit me anyway. And I'm like, I wasn't doing anything.
If you weren't doing anything, Phil, then you would have gotten hit. If you claimed that you were blocking, you wouldn't have gotten hit and you would have blocked, but you didn't. Another thing you could have done was parry. If you would have parried it, you would have survived. But even then, you don't know how to fucking parry in this game. And that is killing you.
So you're telling me I didn't even block fast enough to block a dash cancel overhead?
No, because you didn't even block at all.
How much of a crazy frame advantage did it get on the dash cancel that the overhead that's usually slow as dirt actually beat my attempt to block from neutral?
I mean, this Ryu whooped your ass, didn't he?
It's annoying because they put characters in the game like Blanca who they act like you can play this way, but the more I play the game, I feel like you can't. I feel like you're going to have to play one of the 7 characters that plays the same and just do that pattern shit over and over.
No, Phil, it does provide you variety with its roster. You have your Blanca, you have your Zangief, you have Dhalsim, you have Jamie, Luke, DJ. You have all these characters that have a different playstyle. Ryu, like I said before, is balanced. Ken is aggressive. Jamie relies on his Rekka. You know, the drunken master hits. Cammy is up close and personal. Like, I can list you so many things about these characters that you wouldn't even know about them. And you're the Street Fighter pro, or so you claim to be.
It's going to become Street Fighter 5. I hope not. I don't want it to be Street Fighter 5 again, pattern play online, but that's what it seems like right now.
No, this game is actually a lot better than Street Fighter 5. It actually looks better too.
The more I play, the more I face the same thing. Every character's the same. It doesn't matter if it's Ryu, Ken, Juri, Chun-Li, Jamie, Cammy. It's all the same character.
No, Phil, they're not the same character. Like I already mentioned before, each character is built differently. Ryu is just the most balanced out of them all.
Fighting the same person over and over, and it's boring. I don't want to just have to guess if they're going to hit low, overhead, throw after a dash cancel. And that's the whole game right now.
Do I have to sound like a fucking AI so I can get this point perfectly clear to you? Each character played differently. Ryu, most balanced. Get good scrub.
You saw that's how I lost to the Jury. She just kept dash canceling across the screen. Is it going to be an overhead or a low or a hot? I don't know. I have to go crazy try to block. Instead of fucking play a fighting game, I'm guessing a rock, paper, scissors game.
Phil, you don't have to go crazy to block. Either hold a joystick back or fucking parry. But even then, you don't even know how to do the basic shit.
That should happen like once in a blue moon in a fighting game, not every moment of the game. And that's what it is right now. It's really frustrating me.
So essentially learning the fucking basics of blocking and using parrying, that's fucking once in a blue moon?
I really don't know why I get hit, but okay. I'll definitely take the win. He won't.
Yeah, knowing that every time Phil wins, he's a sore winner or he's just a bored winner. He wins out of luck. He's like, I guess I'll take that win, I guess.
Complain this time. Why would I complain?
You always complain, Phil. That's like your repertoire when it comes to fighting games. Always come up with excuses and complain about how this game sucks and how the other players aren't skillful like you are.
I beat his ass. He wasn't doing the dash cancels that I couldn't stop. Why would I be complaining exactly?
You always complain. Any single time they do a good move against you, even though you still win, you still complain about your opponent. You're a shit talker. When someone asks you, oh, hey, do you shit talk in games? Like, no, you're not supposed to do that. That's against regulations. But you did that shit, Phil.
People make the absolute stupidest statements. He won't complain this time. Well, let's see. Everything went my way.
Even though you still complained despite it going your way.
All my moves came out.
Well, then again, you didn't find an excuse that time because you were quote-unquote winning.
I don't just complain to complain. I complain when things go wrong. You understand that?
you still complain either or. When something goes your way, it doesn't go your way, you still complain.
Look.
Oh no, the aggressive Ken is back.
Look, he really earned this combo, right? He earned it, right? He really earned all those hits, right?
Yes, he did. He knew what he was doing. You just got lucky and threw out a Hail Mary.
By just mashing it out.
Even though what you just did with that Blanca Ball anti-air, yours was Hail Mary and luck and mashing.
Nothing he does has risk. It's so ridiculous.
Phil, anytime they go in for an attack, they're taking a risk, because what if your opponent, aka you, used Drive Impact? That would have affected him immensely. What if he's not fast enough to stop it? What if he's not good enough to throw? It's a big risk, but at the same time, you just want to make up excuses like, oh, he's taking a risk. Oh, he's playing it safe. Which is it, Phil? Is he being risky with it or playing it safe?
Didn't do that. I did standing roundhouse to anti-air.
That's why you never fucking wiggle a stick, Phil. This is why your inputs are coming out like that.
The game gave me half circle back roundhouse, and I lost the whole fight.
Yes, you did. And go back to complaining.
Unbelievable. He did jump. All I did was standing roundhouse. I was going to dash forward, do my anti-air, and finish the round. It gave me half circle back, and he just does random level 3, and it kills me.
Phil, because you're not doing the moves right. Instead, what you're saying is what you're thinking is happening, but what we can see on screen is complete opposite. Use your actions instead of your words when playing Street Fighter, Phil. Because every single time, the gameplay is proving your ass wrong.
Of course! He empty jumps and it still lets him do his move.
Well, Phil, that was your own goddamn fault.
Dude, tell me what he earned.
Everything?
Tell me what he earned. Nothing.
Everything, Phil. He earned every single hit on you. He earned this win.
He earned nothing. He literally earns nothing.
Okay, Phil, what constitutes them earning anything? Just standing there and getting their ass kicked while using over and over and over again, letting you win? Is that earned to them? No, Phil, you want to earn this win. Even though what they're winning at against you, a scrubby former fighting game player, you think that everything is unearned. Phil, just shut the fuck up, compliment the player, and for love of God, stop with the complaining. Actually, no. Keep complaining, because we get beautiful salt like this every single time that you complain. Every single time that you lose, the salt just comes right out of your mouth. Welcome back, Ryu. We missed you. That was a beautiful combo from Ryu. I'm not gonna lie.
Boy, did he really do some impressive things that round, didn't he?
Yes, he did. He used an EX Shoryuken, which beat your fucking move. So yes, that was earned.
Wow, he's such a great player.
Well, yeah. He's in Platinum, and you're in Platinum. But he might win this match, I'm just saying.
I couldn't block. See what I mean? I couldn't block for no reason. He gets a level 3 dash cancel combo.
Well, Phil, the reason why you couldn't block is because you're getting hit. It's not allowing you to block or do any attacks when you're getting hit. You know, the damage animations. It's going to prevent you from doing anything. Come on, former fighting game player. You should know this shit by now.
50% health lost.
Maybe 45% health lost.
He's a terrible player, and I'm dropping my things. Combo. 2 combos I did juggle into level 3. It didn't come out.
How's that bad, Phil? He fucking did a drive impact, forced you to the wall, and got wall bounced out of you. So, he knew what he was doing, and he won. Compliment the player, Phil.
Wow. He just dash cancel. Basic dash cancel. Drive impact. Dash cancel. He sucks ass.
Hey, Phil, if you claim to know about these dash cancels and any cancellations, why don't you show us how it's fucking done? Oh, right. My bad. It's always an excuse after an excuse after an excuse with you when it comes to Street Fighter.
This guy is absolutely fucking terrible. He did
not really. He won up against you twice.
Didn't deserve that win in any way, shape, or form. He did absolutely nothing impressive. He barely knew how to play the fucking game.
No, Boxboy knew exactly what he was doing, and he knows how to play the game. You don't. You just want to make up excuses and proclaim yourself as a Street Fighter pro, when you're clearly not. Boxboy won. GG's to Boxboy. Just shut the fuck up, Philium.
But he wins because they gave him these easy-ass things to do.
Phil, are you high on copium right now? Because that's what it looks like right now.
Barely know how to play the fucking game. But he wins because they gave him these easy-ass things to do.
Memology did really good here by showing off what exactly this Ryu did that was really good. And that was it. Because he got him to a corner, he did moves, Phil could not recover, and he still got punished. Every single time. So GG's to Boxboy.
Oh, it didn't go the right direction. What the fuck?
Hey, look, Phil, you actually timed a move right. But yet you're still gonna complain.
That was not electricity. It dropped my move again. He gets this combo to drop my move again. I lost.
From what I've heard, JP is kind of hard to master, but this person clearly knows how to use JP. So GG's.
Lost the round again. 2 rounds in a row. Lost because my moves dropped. 2 in a row.
Oh, boo fucking who? Keep crying that you're dropping moves and keep telling yourself every time you go into the mirror when you're done taking a shit or whatever, that you're like, okay, if I lose, it's misinputs. They drop my inputs. Okay, I'm good to go.
Now, outplayed, my moves don't complete, so I can't win.
No, you did get outplayed, Phil. But it's funny, the scrub like you says you can never be outplayed. But when you get outplayed, it's never outplayed or outskilled. It's luck. Phil, every time you win, it's fucking luck or you're using scrub tactics against people that don't know what they're fucking doing. So just shut up. Welcome back, Gammy. We missed you.
Mash jab, free combo.
Well, Phil, you're not blocking low. You're blocking high, but not low.
Don't know why I got hit there.
Because you were open and still in the damage animation?
No! What? I couldn't do anything!
That Cammy knew what they were doing. GG's, Cammy. God damn. That was so good. That was honestly a bait and switch. Giving Phil this opportunity to just think that he was going to win and just pull the rug under him. Good shit.
I couldn't do anything. Wow, what a great player. Once again, drop my combo in the corner. I lose. She does a mashed move and wins.
Sure they did, Phil. Sure. Complete mashing. Is this what you tell yourself at night before you go to bed? That all those people that you lost against, that they didn't win, that you're the winner, and you tell Kat that you won in Street Fighter even though she could hear your rage down the hall? Or down the stairs because it's that fucking loud.
Well, that's it. I had to guess.
Well, then again, you're saying that everyone had to guess, but you had to guess there? No, Phil, you tried to pull out a Hail Mary, and it did not work in your favor.
I had to guess, and I lose the guessing game again.
You always lose the guessing games, Phil. But then again, you lost the game of life a long time ago.
Unbelievable. I lost the match because I couldn't jump forward. I had it won, and I couldn't jump forward at all. You kept throwing fireballs, the game never let me jump forward.
No, Phil, because you kept putting yourself in the corner. Even though you said that you like to put your opponents in the corner, it's always funny that you always go back to that fucking corner.
It kept doing a different... I mean, what am I doing wrong?
Before we laugh, What did you do wrong? I don't know. Everything? Oh, Jesus Christ. That's a terrible match. What the fuck? God damn, are we watching this fight in slow motion? And Blanca use the electricity. There's no fucking way that this is a real match. How is this a real match? I want to know. How is this going to play out?
This is great.
You know, I always wondered what Blanca's throw animation looked like in slow motion. Glad that this match showed it.
Characters that take intelligence and skill. Now, I played a pattern, and I walked back and forth, and I threw out medium kick. Oh, it randomly connected. Now I dash cancel for 45% damage.
Even though you're getting out-skilled every time you go up against competent players that actually know how to do it, but you don't.
And then all of a sudden, jab, 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 beats everything. Jab, 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 jab.
Well, never mind. I thought you learned how actual punches thrown. Now you're going back to the type of style punching.
Jab, 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 jab.
Are you still trying to make the jab, jab, jab hit single? Because right now, it's looking like a bad remix, and oh god, did he just get the error? Okay, let's find out.
I hate it. I don't like that kind of competitive gameplay. I don't feel like it is competitive. I feel that is terrible gameplay, and you know where that came from? Street Fighter V.
Really, Phil? Even though they learned their mistakes from Street Fighter fucking 5, and they try to implement all the good Street Fighters into this, and making it more aggressive? Nah, Phil's gonna hate this game because it plays exactly like Street Fighter V, even though he said that it didn't.
That's exactly where it came from. Before Street Fighter V, you couldn't do that. Street Fighter 4 didn't have that. All of a sudden in Street Fighter V, everyone got completely safe hit strings that are just completely no risk, all reward, and just throw them out randomly and do it the whole round. And it's not fun.
Isn't that any fighting game, Phil? You've done that with every single fighting game. That they're playing it safe, that they're using safe moves, they're following a pattern. Phil, that is every fighting game that you have played.
A boring game. If it can make it tedious and annoying, oh, I randomly got my one counter hit, time for a giant combo. I know.
Wait. So now you're not liking Street Fighter 6 now? Because of shit like that, would competent players go up against you and you lose? Please tell me that you're just going to drop Street Fighter 6, and then you're going to put it in your top worst list? Even though you call it top 10 disappointing games, you're going to put this on there somewhere. While putting Street Fighter 6 somewhere in the top 5.
No, I don't like that at all. Fighting games have really dumbed down their inputs so much, starting with Street Fighter 4. And I think each implemented game, 4, 5, and 6, have each done it worse and worse to the point now where I am so used to strict inputs that I accidentally get half moves in the middle of things that I want.
Wait, I thought it was Street Fighter 5 that made the game worse. Now you're going back to fucking 4? A game that you like to record and upload to the internet? Oh my god. The constant excuses that this man makes, it's just salt after salt after salt.
And that's on me, but the only way that I'm ever going to get better is by playing insane amounts, which I don't have time for, you know?
Yes, you do. You have plenty of fucking time. You don't have a job. You don't have to go out and commute to work. You don't have any of that.
What I mean, even now, this is it. I'm not going to be able to play Street Fighter 6 as much anymore because now I'm going to be balancing it with a Final Fantasy game coming out later this week. So now I'm playing half as much. You know what I mean? And I think that's what it is.
Yes, once Final Fantasy 16 comes out, he's going to drop everything just to play that fucking game. And he's going to complain that the game's going to be too fucking long like he's doing with Tears of the Kingdom.
Want to get better, but I can't get better if I'm not playing as much as these people. And these people are playing tons. You know what I mean? And in addition to that, as you can see, I'm not kidding. Half the cast plays exactly the same.
No, they don't, Phil. They're built different. They play a different way. But now you're going back to saying that Ryu plays just like these other characters, even though, like I said before, he's the most balanced out of everybody.
Half of them play like the same character. That Cammy was the prime example. Jab the fuck out of the game. Just keep pressing jab. Beats everything. Then, when you get a hit, giant cancel combo, right? Or fish for a medium from mid-range. It's safe. If it hits, dash cancel. Free combo.
Phil, that's what you're trying to do, not what your opponent's trying to do. When your opponent does it, they're being skillful with it. But that's what you're trying to do. You're trying to do all of these, and you're getting salty that you cannot pull those moves off.
In the corner, complete guessing mix-up. It's either going to be a dash cancel overhead, or it's going to be a neutral hit string, or a low, or a throw, and you just have to guess. You can't actually react.
The reason why you can't react to it, Phil, is because you have really poor reflexes. Your reflexes aren't as good as they used to be. But then again, you're going to say that, oh, it's because I'm old and I can't have these reflexes like I used to have back when I played Street Fighter. Even back then, you had poor reflexes.
And I don't know what to do better. And that's what's frustrating, is like the characters I'm using, at least, you know, aren't these faster mid-range characters that all play the same. It's sad. I think it is sad that about 9 characters at this point play about the same.
First it was 5, then it was 6, and now it's 9. He's constantly come up with more excuses to why this game is terrible, because those characters play the same, even though they have a different play style, and they are built different, and they have different advantages and weaknesses, and he still thinks that they're all the same.
You know, they really do. Take a look at variations between Cammy, Ken, Jury, DJ, Jamie, right? I can keep going, but
you know what? I will use those examples. Cammy, up close and personal. Ken, aggressive grappler. DJ, usually revolves around kicks, but also projectiles. I also said throws, but mostly the projectiles and kicks is what he's known for. Jury relies heavily on kicks. Same thing with Chun-Li, which I brought up, but they're both built a different way. And then you have Jamie, who highly relies on the Rekka, the drunk kung fu master that actually does a lot of fucking damage if you get him drunk enough. So like I said, all play differently.
You know what I'm saying? Even Kimberly doesn't have as many tools, but still, once she gets it going in the corner, it's exactly the same as everything else.
Wait. So Kimberly's not on this list because she's different? Kimberly is fast. And the only way that she can actually get better is you up her up. She starts playing the music, and her level 3 could be really good. She's very quick. She's very nimble. But you don't like learning about quick and nimble characters. You want characters that are slow, just like your brain process.
It literally is the same. Everyone's doing the same exact guessing game in the corner, and there's nothing to it. It's not like
in the corner, he says, even though he likes to put his opponent in the fucking corner. But if you put him in the corner, that's when Crybaby Phil comes out.
Oh, I'm countering what you're doing, and I'm really you're just throwing something random out there that's safe. And it's not the safe mode gameplay is what I hate about Street Fighter today.
Wait. So if they're countering you, that's supposed to be safe, even though they're playing the game aggressively, like the game is supposed to be played.
It didn't used to be like that. Not everything in Street Fighter was safe. It was actually a bit of risk-reward ratio, and it seems like a lot of these characters have almost no risk at all.
Phil, you seem to misunderstand Street Fighter in its entirety. As it progressed throughout the years, it became more modernized. Instead of having chip damage, now, that's when it comes with a drive impact when it's blown out, then you get chip damage. But what he likes about Street Fighter is that he could exploit everything through frames. Anytime he's using a certain move, frames can take advantage. He loses all of his health, or they lose all their health. He either wins, he loses, bitches and complains, gloats and brags. It's all the same. He wants the game to be like Street Fighter 2. Phil, I'm sorry to tell you this, but not every game is going to go back to Street Fighter 2. So just get that delusions of grandeur out of your fucking head.
Almost none. For massive reward if they hit, and if it doesn't hit, I'm safe anyway. So it's all good, and that's what this whole drive meter, I think, is about.
It was about aggression, Phil, because they want people to play aggressively. Sure, Drive Impact is really good on that, but the only disadvantage is that if you try to use Drive Impact and your opponent is using it, they will always get the first move because it's a counter. That's what they're doing with it. It's a good way to implement aggressive gameplay. You don't like aggressive gameplay unless you're going up against people that have no idea what they're doing.
That they don't want you to have it infinitely. In Street Fighter V, the problem was these characters had things safe infinitely. In this game, they don't. The drive meter runs out. But still,
I thought that this game was playing like Street Fighter V with the safe and like the safe moves and the fucking dash cancels. So now it's not like Street Fighter V? Make up your fucking mind, Filbert.
Still, the amount that you can do the dash cancel, right? You can do 3 or 4 of them. It's just like, I don't know. It's frustrating to me because I'm coming from a different perspective. I'm not coming from the perspective of someone who played Street Fighter V. I'm coming from the perspective of someone who played all the classics.
Yes, you're coming back from the guy that played Street Fighter 2 Turbo. That's the perspective that we're seeing from you, because you want the games to play exactly like that. But when you play Street Fighter 3 Third Strike, you hate that game. Like, you absolutely hate it. Alpha 3, absolutely fucking hate that game. Street Fighter 4, you kind of like it, but kind of hate it. Street Fighter 5, hate boner comes out whenever you talk about it. And then Street Fighter 6, where you're kind of flaccid and you don't know if you like the game or hate it. So it's at that point. This is the crossroad that we're at with you right now, Phil.
And I was good at them. And then I stopped playing.
No, Phil, you weren't really necessarily good at those games. You knew how to exploit certain moves, but you weren't a pro at it. Look at all the other people that actually beat you.
Because I didn't like the modern ones. And this one's kind of a hybrid. At least I'm happy it's a hybrid. You know what I'm saying? I'm happy that there are these things in the middle. But man, it's very frustrating to try to learn this one at this point. You know.
So now you're calling it a hybrid of the classics and the modern games, even though it's more modernized than classic.
Now that I've gotten to like 4-star platinum or whatever with the characters I'm getting good at, now it's like every match is an insane grind. God forbid they throw out one random Hail Mary move that hits you because you're going to lose 60% health because everyone knows a 60% punish dash cancel combo.
Yes, Phil, because the reason why they're using punish counters, it does more damage, and that's what they're going for. The punish counters are the best ones to get. But you don't seem to realize that, Philip. It's what you're expecting the game to be. You want it to be a modernized Street Fighter 2. It will never be that, Phil. It's not exceeding your expectations, but you'll love playing it because you have a nostalgia for Street Fighter. That's the reason why you will not drop this game. But if you do, it's because I have other games to play, and you'll just drop those too. So after he went on that salty rant about Street Fighter, how it's a hybrid and that it's modernized and he can't get behind it, so he has mixed feelings about it, he went on to play Diablo 4. As we all know, Diablo 4 is a very good RPG, but Phil would make that game incredibly boring. Then again, he does that to any game that he fucking plays. But before he started playing Diablo 4, he went on to like this big toxic like little rampage on his viewers for no absolute reason. Here's the thing with that though. This is the shit that he doesn't want you to see, but we see it anyway, and we want to tell people this is the real Phil that you're getting every single time you attend his streams.
Yes, I still have tomorrow off, Chef. That's correct. Yes, I still have my normal day off to run my errands and do the things I need to do on my day off. That's correct.
Yep, he always has to have his day off. He works 6 days a week, guys, even though he had it cut off early because of fucking Comcast. Yeah, he needs that day off, even though he doesn't have a job.
Yes, you see, that's how it works. When you have one day off a week, you need to do that to do all the things that you need to do.
Don't worry, Chef. Even I don't understand.
Appointments, shopping, etc.
Appointments. What appointments do you have, Phil? They're not medical appointments. He claims that haircuts are an appointment when they're really fucking not. He can just go to a Great Clips, get his hair cut, make himself look like a wannabe hipster, and come back to streaming. And same thing, he just goes to his normal stomping grounds, and then he just orders out food for his wife because Cat is hungry.
Brandon, completely incorrect. He says, weren't you not here on the day your internet went out? No.
Yes, you were. On the DSP Reacts channel, you were on there, and then the internet cut out so you couldn't do your second stream, but as soon as the internet came back on, you rushed back to stream on Sunday. So yes, you were here for that.
The night my internet went out, I was home all night hoping the internet would come back because they told me it would. The next day, I was out of my house for about 3 hours doing some stuff with my wife. What exactly did you expect I would be doing?
And you made her cry in the car because you had to tell her, okay, honey, I can't promise you that day off. Internet's back up. I have to go back to streaming. And then this cat looked very fucking sad.
How was I going to reschedule appointments and do grocery shopping early for the advanced week? Like,
wait. He has to schedule these appointments? Phil, what the fuck are you talking about? What appointments are so important? Oh, right. They're personal shit that he doesn't want to discuss with his audience, even though he brings it up every single time.
Some people are just, I'm sorry. Some people are just absolutely ridiculous.
Is he Ricky Gervais? No, he's very toxified. Ricky Gervais is actually toxic in a funny way. Phil's just toxic. See what I mean?
All right, Chef, goodbye. I don't ever want to see you on my streams ever again.
Okay, I had to go back to it. Okay, here we go. Shame you had to cut that, Bed Bath Beyond shopping trip short. Sounded like Kat was having fun you're gonna make it up to her. That's actually not a bad suggestion, Chef, but you know how Phil is. He will never do that at all. Also, I see what he did there. Nicely done.
Seriously, now you're using the detractor spelling of my wife's name, which you know is wrong, and you're not welcome back here ever again. Don't ever come back. Bye.
See, he claims that he doesn't know what the memes are, but yet he knows the detractor spelling of Kat's name. So clearly he does know what our content is, and he does know what our memes are. So when he says he doesn't know jack shit, he's lying to you.
Bye. Goodbye. Good riddance to you. I've had enough of you.
Well, then again, Phil, answer the question. Are you going to make it up to her? But then again, we already know the answer, which is a big fuck no.
You can go fuck yourself. You're gonna, actually, start hating on my wife now. Yeah, go get fucked.
He didn't even say anything about hating on your wife, Phil. All he asked was, are you going to make it up to her for you cutting that fucking trip short?
Why am I drinking coffee at 7 p.m.? Because I'm about to do a 2.5-hour stream. Then I need to film my review of Avatar. Then I need to upload all that content, set up everything for tomorrow, go downstairs, set up for my day off tomorrow, spend some time with my wife. So I need to have coffee in me so I can actually stay awake and do that stuff.
Well, the actual reason is because you're bored whenever you play Diablo 4. It's clear as day, every time you play that game, you look like you're about to pass out. You don't like that game, Phil, but yet you claim to play it and love it. And I don't understand why he's drinking coffee, because he doesn't really have the need for it. But also, he wants to spend time with his wife. Phil, you had almost all day on Sunday to do so, and you didn't. And also, you didn't even have the opportunity to call your dad on Father's Day, no less.
That would be why.
That'll be why. That's why I'm drinking coffee, Snurt. Look at my Seattle coffee mug that I have, Snurt.
You do realize that in many, many cultures, coffee after a meal is incredibly common. When you go to a restaurant, they ask you, would you like coffee after your dinner? They ask you that.
At this point, Phil is trying to bring up the point that restaurants offer coffee as a way to make himself intelligent. But here's the thing with that, though, Phil. I'm going to immediately prove your ass wrong with that. It's not coffee that they're serving after dinner. It's espresso, because espresso usually has less caffeine than normal coffee to help with digestion. That's the reason why it's offered. Although, granted, around here in the United States, they don't really serve coffee after dinner or even offer it due to the fact that they want dessert to try to make a little bit extra money.
Have you ever been to a restaurant?
Why the hell did you even ask that question? And you're going to proclaim it as a joke. But why the hell are you asking that question? Have you ever been to a restaurant? Yes, Phil, I've been to several restaurants. And not once have I been asked, would you like coffee with that? Maybe if I was going to a restaurant for breakfast, they'll ask me if I want coffee, because that's a way to wake your ass up.
Just curious. Maybe you haven't. Maybe you go to McDonald's, you wonder why they don't offer you a coffee after your Big Mac or something.
Because that's a fucking fast food chain, Phil. It's not like you're going in there, a gourmet, fucking fancy-looking restaurant at the McDonald's, and they're like, taking you out looking like the common McDonald's employee, and they're like, would you like a coffee to go with that, sir? With your Big Mac? Just no. What the fuck? Why do you have to assume that all these people are idiots and they think like McDonald's is like this high gourmet restaurant? Like, really, Phil? Why make your fans look and sound like idiots?
Because it's not a real restaurant.
Technically, it's considered a restaurant, Phil. A fast food chain, but it's still considered a quote-unquote restaurant. Now, he seems to think that, no, a restaurant's when you go in, you sit down, and you order a meal, and you sip on your champagne, the finest grade steaks and lobster, and then they ask you for coffee. This is what universe he's living in.
SPB, you're saying some really dumb things tonight. First,
are you getting a haircut tomorrow? That kind of caught me off guard, because Phil claims that he got a haircut, but that just looks fucked up. I'm not going to lie. His haircut looks really ratchet.
First you ask me why I have a coffee at 7 p.m. Then you ask me if I'm getting a haircut when it's apparently obvious I just got one. Like, what?
His haircut looks like complete shit. I'm not going to lie. And the whole coffee thing is because he's curious. And then you went on that big tirade about how, oh, have you ever been to a restaurant besides McDonald's?
SPB, here's what I'd like you to do. I'd like you to walk away from your computer for about 90 seconds. All right? And here's what I'd like you to do. I'd like you to put your head in your toilet and flush a couple times. All right?
I love how he's immediately telling people, hey, give yourself a swirly. Go beat yourself up. Go put yourself in a psych ward. That's what he likes to do. He likes to bully people by doing that. Even though people can see that that's not bullying, he's trying to make a joke, but that's still bullying tactics.
Let's get all the cobwebs out of there. Let's get a nice refreshing wash. All right? Let's get it all out. and then come on back and let's see if you can act like a human tonight.
When have you ever acted like a human, Phil? Every time you speak, it sounds like a fucking alien that's talking to me.
This is hilarious. There's a detractor meme. You need a haircut. Your barber lopsided me.
Oh my god, yes, because it did look lopsided. Your barber fucked up.
Lopsided me. You mean because my hairline's not even?
Because you didn't request it to be correct? The barber did nothing wrong, he did everything correct? Is that what you're about to say, Philip?
My hairline is not even. Everyone knows this. Have you watched any videos of mine over the last 10 to 15 years?
I have seen your content, Phil. You used to have a fucking beard, not this patchy little stubble that you have. I've seen everything that you've gone through, from your transformation when you were young Phil, to middle Phil, to now current Phil. It's not a good transformation at all.
And seeing that I don't have an even hairline, that my hairline here is way higher and messed up. So how could it possibly be even?
Because you could request it to make it look even, Phil, but you didn't.
People are so dumb, man. They're so dumb.
Yes, you are.
Exactly. What am I talking about? It's a good question. What am I wasting my time talking about? The stupidity of what people say.
Because you see a question, it riles you up, and you ban people for it, like you did with Chef. Because all he asked was, hey, what are you going to do with Cat? Are you going to make it up to Cat? But no, you had to ban them because you used the detractor spelling of my wife's name, and I don't appreciate that. You're shitting on my wife.
Yes, I went to the barber. The barber did not put plants in here to put more side of hair on one head so it's even, so that the haircut would look completely even when faded on each side, right? That's what you're saying. I mean
Phil, if you wanted to stop talking about it, you could have stopped talking about it. But no, you're indulging them more and more and more by doing shit like this.
Yes. Gotcha. Sorry they didn't regrow my head from scratch. Because that's what they do when you go to a hairdresser / barber. That's exactly what they do.
They could always shave your head bald, Phil. Even though it would be a very terrifying look. That's how you could restart your hair from scratch.
Boy, you know what? How about...
Yeah, look at that. Like, look at that. That does not look even at all. It really doesn't. What the fuck?
this? How about...
Yeah, and also right there, that's not even. Like, the barber could have fixed it to make it look even, but they didn't.
Shut the fuck up about stupid shit and acting like a bunch of kids. And let's jump into Diablo and relax, because if I see that dumb shit again, I'm just going to immediately erase people from the fucking stream so I don't have to look at it ever again. It's some of the dumbest shit I ever heard in my life.
When they were saying that you got a bad haircut and they were pointing it out, that's dumb shit. You know, you could have played alongside it, Phil. You'd be like, this is what I requested. Do you like it? But no, you're like, well, these people are being stupid. If you talk about it again, I'm just going to ban you because you're fucking morons.
Like, seriously, how stupid can you be?
You know, Phil, I ask that same question about you every single time I make a video about you.
Like, yikes, you're dumb.
That's exactly what I say, too.
If I shaved my entire head bald, people would say it's uneven. Do you know your haircut's uneven?
No, we would just say that, what the fuck is up with your head, Phil? Why do you have a dent right there?
It's all good to Blimp. Hey, anything's appreciated, Blimp. Thank you.
Yes, anything is appreciated because he's making $12 in tips. Yeah, this is a very low supporting stream. Also, he lost memberships.
He says, I can't tip, but I can super chat. Dude, listen, I'm not... Like they say, beggars can't be choosers, right?
Yes, Phil, because you're begging constantly and you're struggling to make up for money for lost time, supposedly. You are exceptionally choosy here because you want them to tip. Why do you think you did the... you know what they say? It's... Phil, we know that you want tips. Hulk Hogan is calling and he wants his dues.
And since I'm a horrible beggar on the internet, I can't be telling people that, you know, oh, how dare you super chat, right? No, it's all good.
Yes, Phil, you've done this in the past. You've told people tips are mandatory. Anyone that super chats or to like become a member on your channel, that's not good because that goes into your YouTube check that you're going to be getting soon. You want tips right then and there because you want some quote-unquote extra spending money so that you could pay off Hogan because he's knocking on your door right about... Oh shit, it's Hulk Hogan.
What does big ups mean? I have no idea. I don't speak wings, So I don't know what his mannerisms mean, but apparently it's a way of him saying, like, I guess, you know, good job or good stuff, or thumbs up. You know what I mean?
Yes, Phil, that's exactly a good quote-unquote summation of what big ups mean, but it didn't come from Wings. Just letting you know, that's a general term. When someone says big ups, that's what they mean. You did a good job, or congratulations. It's not. Why do you think that everything is a Wings term? But then again, he was afraid to say that, oh, detractors keep using that. I don't understand why they do that.
And that's it for this week. What a weird week. I really don't feel like this was a week for me, because having that, number one, having it be a shorter week to begin with, and then on top of that, having what happened with the internet screwing me up and basically making me miss a whole day of streaming.
Even though you only missed the second half of streaming and you almost missed your first half of streaming. So you didn't really miss a quote-unquote full day. So that's a big fucking lie. Also, number two, no, you want that bad week? Go back to the fucking week in 2017 where you had all that shit happening to you with OBS and your Switch.
Really screwed everything up, and I just don't feel normal, honestly. It didn't feel like a normal week. So I'll be very happy to have my more relaxing day off tomorrow, and then come back refreshed on Thursday.
When have you ever deserved a day off? Like a day to relax, even though you do that every single fucking day. Also, no wonder why you're not having a good day, because you only made $15 fucking dollars in that fucking stream. GG's, I guess. It is still hilarious to see that Phil will always constantly come up with excuses to why he's doing terribly at Street Fighter. While not only that, he'll just keep on making like these things like, oh, they're doing the Street Fighter 5 methods. Oh, this game's not that good, but I love Street Fighter 6. Like, Phil, you're not good with the game at all. And you're constantly going to say that it's always the same character for 9 characters in this game, when in reality, every character is built differently. Sure, you want a slower character, you want a stronger character, or you want a well-balanced character. That's all entirely up to you. That's entirely up to the player every single time they play this game. The power of choice is always going to be there, but you don't like it when they come up against you and they're playing as a Cammy, Ryu, a Ken, or a Jury, because you don't know jack shit of how to stop it every single time. Phil, the lab is always open, but you just refuse to go into the lab for a good long hour. Not only did he become like incredibly toxic throughout Street Fighter, but the start of Diablo 4, he was incredibly fucking toxic. By saying that everyone is fucking idiots, banning somebody for saying Cat's name wrong, even though he asked a valid question. Anytime Phil has to deal with questions about his wife, even though the spelling is not correct, he doesn't want to answer any fucking questions about it. He doesn't love his wife like he claims that he does, and every single time people ask him questions, it gets completely ignored. No wonder why he didn't make that much money in Diablo 4. But we are going to end this off with the beloved Phil prayer, because that has become routine of these videos. Deliver us from the dents, deliver us from the pay pigs, deliver us from the pignosis. May we never become dented, may we never become beggars like Darkside Phil, and for the love of God, may we never get haircuts just like him, because goddamn, that barber lopsided him badly. Amen.